Lamborghini Mercy. Yeah, this girl's so thirsty. Oh my God. Oh. Absolute mess. Absolute mess. What is up, guys? Nicole here, back at it again for another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new LEGO Speed Champions Lamborghini Countach. This is set number 76908. It is 262 pieces and it launched on February 1st, 2022. This set retails for $19.99, but call it 20. Let's call it even. It's $20. Does the penny matter? Maybe over time. Who the heck knows? Inflation. So out of the new lineup of Speed Champions, this Countach was probably, it's hard to say. I want to say that it's my favorite one, but if I review any of the other Speed Champions, they're all going to be my favorite one. The line that dropped this year was so fire that it's hard to pick my favorite one, to be quite honest with you. So I probably will be reviewing some more of them. For right now, we're just going to take a look at the Countach, mainly because it's just the most ridiculous car. You see this car on the road, you instantly know that's a Countach, and who the heck is driving that around. I haven't seen one lately, but I definitely saw it in the 90s. You'll probably recognize this car from Wolf of Wall Street. This is the car that Leo DiCaprio totals under Quaaludes. Can I say Quaaludes on the internet without getting like flagged for drugs and violence? He smashed up that car. Fun fact, they actually smashed up an actual Lamborghini Countach, so say goodbye to $300,000. That was, I don't know if that was smart or dumb. I would not be smashing up my Lamborghini Countach. I don't care what it was for. So there is that. Okay, so let's first take a look at the box art. So here you've got pretty much the typical Speed Champions layout. We have the logo up here and all the details on this side, and we've got this really cool background image. I'm assuming it's probably Italy. I don't know. You couldn't pay me to figure that out. Here we just have the build. As you can see on the back here, we have some rendered versions of the build. I mean, I like the box art. I think it looks pretty sleek and cool. It's hard to go wrong with Speed Champions. I don't know who the design team of this line is, but they just nail it every time. I mean, the boxes look really sexy. Even when you stack them up on the shelf like this, they look awesome. So I'm definitely a big fan of the box art and the sets, obviously. Let's take a look at the car itself. I mean, this car is ridiculous. I mean, it's stupid. I don't know whether I love it or I hate it, but I definitely know that I recognize this car from a mile away. So a couple fun facts about the Lamborghini Countach is this car was available for 3 decades. It came out in the 70s and it sadly went away in the 90s, but I think this is one of the longest running supercars to have ever been on the market. Particularly this model was around for a very long time. So just first discussing Speed Champions, this car is 8 studs wide, whereas Speed Champions typically was 6 studs. I mean, you notice the difference, but I don't hate that it's 8 studs. I mean, you can see here, it's just the car's a little bit wider, obviously being 8 studs wide, but I think you can just fit in more detail with the car at this scale. Again, I don't hate the 6 studs. I don't hate it at all, but the 8 studs I'm really a fan of. Things I like about Speed Champions is they look really good on your shelf. I mean, this is a sexy car, and I don't care if you're a man, a woman, a child, this car looks really nice. It's a toy ultimately, but the way that the designers do the damn thing, this car is beautiful. Let's first take a look at the outside. The first thing I notice about the new Speed Champions line is this is the first time they've added the new wheel elements. So these actually pop off here. You can see here, these are actually printed, not stickered. And what I like about this element now is that the designers can further customize the wheel elements on all the Speed Champions that are coming out. That is so freaking baller. I mean, it's awesome. Like, I get so excited about that. The headlights of the Lamborghini Countach model are brick built. And then the rear, you have these like little cone lights, and then they're fitted within these studs. Because this car, may I remind you, is the most stupid thing on the planet. I mean, this car has so many angles to it that it's like, almost like a spaceship. So as I said before, the front lights are brick built, but these actually are not the headlights. The headlights are right here and they're stickered elements, and I messed up a little bit on this one, so just don't attack me. Is anybody really good at stickers? No. No one's really good at stickers. So those are some stickered elements there. What the Countach was known for, other than being ridiculous and gaudy, is they had flat glass panels on all of their Countach cars. And I mean, with Lego, it's going to be really difficult to get that because I'm assuming that they're going to reuse these windshield pieces for a lot of other cars. So what Lego did is they actually did some printing on the windshield, and it kind of gives the illusion that the windshield and the windows are flat. On the actual car itself, there are 4 windows here. It's like 1, 2, 3, and then there should be another window here. But obviously in the Lego model, you can only do so much, so they didn't do that. There's 3 windows instead of 4, which is totally fine. I mean, I'm not gonna come at Lego for missing elements. On the front, we have a sticker for the Lamborghini logo right here. Would I like it to be printed? Yeah. Do I care? No. Listen, you just have to get it on the tile. If you can get it on the tile without it hanging off, you're going to be just fine. Back here, we have another sticker for the back, the Lamborghini Countach. And then back here, we have 2 more stickers. And back here is where the trunk and the engine is. So the engine, I think, is right here, and then the trunk's here. They did a pretty good job of showing that. Now, on the actual Lamborghini itself, we do have these little inducts here on either side. And on the passenger side, the left one here is for fuel, and the one here would be like your key entry. Why they did that on the actual car, I don't know. It's a bit ridiculous, but Lego did a really good job with using these curved pieces to kind of like create that element of the inducts. And you can see them both on both sides. Now, in order to get this weird angle back here, these parts here, they like started up in the middle and then folded down. That was pretty creative. And while they did that, they were also able to achieve this like strange, the strange rear end. The Countach has the weirdest rear butt I've ever seen in my life, but like they were able to achieve that pretty well. Taking a look at the inside, when I lift this off, that just comes out like this. You get one minifig. It's this dude. I don't even know. It's this dude here. You got this like one element. And he's got his like Lamborghini torso and just plain blue pants. He does come with hair. I've already lost the hair. He's got a helmet here and he's got gloves, and he's like your pretty standard dude. Except back here, he's got, I'm just noticing this now. I really didn't take a look at this before, but he's got printed elements in the back, which is pretty cool. Taking a look at the interior, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I believe that this was modeled after the late 1980s model. I think it was like the 20-year edition. You've just got the red interior in there. I mean, could you get any more 80s? I don't think so. You've got the red interior in there, you've got the stick, and you've got the wheel. Not really much to see in here, but there is place for a driver and a passenger. And then if you look closer at the wheel, you can see that they just stacked tiles to create, you know, the illusion of a dashboard in there. Lego just did a beautiful job designing this car. They just nailed how ridiculous this car actually is in real life, but in brick form. I mean, I actually think I prefer it a little more in brick form. I would never buy myself one of these. I think I would just be judged so hardcore. It's nice to just have it in a model size. Okay, so that wraps up my review of the Lamborghini Countach Lego Speed Champion set. Overall, I really like this build. This is one of my favorite Speed Champions that I own. I've wanted them to do a Lamborghini Countach, and as soon as they announced it, I was like in line to get it. This is such a cool car, and the designers did such a good job just nailing the details of one of the most ridiculous cars of the 70s and 80s. I mean, this car was ridiculous. There's no other description for it other than that. I mean, it was stupid. And by stupid, I mean it was a cool looking car. It had its quirks. It definitely had its quirks, but it's one of those things that probably just should stay in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Just stay back there. Anyways, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about this car or if you are planning to pick it up. And of course, I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye.